Hey, welcome back to another episode of Caffeinated CX, where we talk about CX and stuff all in a hyper-caffeinated state. I'm David, the Caffeinated CXO, and I'll be your host today, like every day, on Caffeinated CX. So, how's everybody doing? You guys doing good? You guys doing great? Good. I'm glad to hear it. I am glad to hear that. So, today, I want to talk about something that's pretty important in the contact center space, in the customer experience space, and that is performance pay and gamification, right? Two of the most beautiful things you could ever put in to your contact center. So, performance pay is the game changer for motivating and rewarding your call center agents. Instead of relying on a fixed salary, right, which let's face it, usually is pretty damn low for most call centers, right? Usually pretty low. So, let's performance pay can fix that, right? And yeah, and I know a lot of people, right? They're like, why can't you just raise the base wage? And I agree with you. The base wage should be higher at most call centers, right? But a lot of the times, the manager or the director even doesn't have any control over that. It's a fixed rate. There's a cap, right? The performance pay lets you get over that cap, and it creates a meritocracy within the contact center, which is great. So it's not a bad thing. Don't pretend that it's a bad thing to have performance pay or a meritocracy within your call center. It's not. So performance pay, it provides an incentive for the agents that excel in their roles. It boosts productivity and overall efficiency, which is a great thing, right? Now, I could go off on a rant how you shouldn't sacrifice, effectiveness for efficiency. They should be aligned, right? So today we're going to go over how to integrate a performance pay, gamification, and we're going to borrow concepts from video games, right? Like World of Warcraft, Diablo, Baldur's Gate, anything like that, right? To create a dynamic and maybe a rewarding environment for the call center agents, ultimately leading to improved customer satisfaction because, hey, that's why we're here, right? So let's first discuss gamification. It's the concept of applying game elements to non-gaming contexts. So in call centers, for instance, where everything is tracked, you have all the data you need to gamify, right? So, but you can go much beyond just like, well, your booking rate is weighed this much, your call quality is weighed this much, and your average handle time adds this many points to your overall score, and this, which we apply this calculation and this formula, gives you this much performance pay. Yeah, that'll work, but it's boring, and you're likely to confuse, if not the call center agents, then yourself. So we're gonna add some more things in here, right? We're gonna add things like, remember back in the day, I think it was during Burning Crusade for World of Warcraft, when they added on daily quests, right? And you could do them every day, and it would give you a bunch of experience or gold, stuff like that. We're going to apply that to the call center, right? So that's pretty cool. So devise things that they can do every day that will provide toward or go towards their performance pay, right? You can even have them unlock certain things like, hey, you got 3 100s this week on your QA. Cool. cool, that's this many points. Now, anything that's graded after that, that's also 100, gets this, and you can add a multiplier onto it, right? So, yeah. So, what you want to do is you want to start doing daily quests or daily achievements, right? And then progress track, and keep meticulous track of these points, because you know what? They are, right? So, like, for an example, you can base the dailies off of first call resolutions, booking rates, if you guys are booking appointments, like in a plumbing or an HVAC call center, how many appointments they were able to cross book, if you have multiple services or upsell, if you have multiple products, things like that, right? And let's say the unlock is at 3, and anything over that gets a multiplier, right? So you can assign daily targets for CSAT, NPS, average handle time, although I do not recommend incentivizing average handle time, because if you do that, there's a chance, however unlikely, depending on your culture, that people will just start rushing customers off the phone, and yeah, that's bad, right? That's bad. Now, one significant benefit of performance pay is its impact on employee morale and job satisfaction. That's something that not a lot of people talk about. Maybe they do. I don't know. But, so, when they learn that, yeah, the better they do, the more they get paid, usually the better they do, right? Because most people, if they're not money driven, right? And not everyone is. I'm not. But they are, hey, let's put food on the table driven. Or they are competition driven, right? You make it into a game, and you can, well, you'll get game results, right? So, and the benefit is you know who can do it and who can't. Performance pay will kind of separate the good from the bad, right? In stark black and white. And the people who constantly make their performance pay, right? Those are your gold star people. They're the ones that are there because they're good, right? The ones that constantly miss their performance pay, they either need some more training, maybe they need a different position on the bus, maybe they need to be in a different seat. Usually it's just a lack of training, or maybe the training not sticking, right? So, yeah. So, also, with this, and what you want to do with gamification and performance pay is you want to min-max, right? So, now, min-maxing, if you don't know what that is it's when you constantly optimize your, in a video game, you constantly optimize your character, right? You maximize the strengths, you minimize the weaknesses, all right? So in the call center environment, min-maxing can be applied to achieve peak performance. You encourage your agents to analyze their own performance data and identify areas where they can maximize their strengths and minimize their weaknesses. By focusing on improving specific metrics and employing effective strategies, your agents can achieve the highest potential, resulting in better outcomes for both the customers and the company, right? So when you do this, going back to its impact on employee morale and job satisfaction, it can make the agents become more invested in the success of the company and are driven, and it gives them a drive, right, to provide exceptional service. The engagement alone that gamification and performance pay bring can lead to, reduced turnover rates, creates a stable and skilled workforce, right? And you want them to win. Don't set this up so that it's like incredibly hard to get. It should be like, here's the minimum KPIs. Here's where you can unlock the performance pay, and this is how you excel at the performance pay. If you can't see me, if you're just listening to this, I'm raising my hand up incrementally. All right. So another advantage of this is the positive impact on customer experience itself. When the call center agents are motivated to excel and do incredibly well, they're most likely to go above and beyond to meet customers' needs. And one thing that you can incentivize and gamify is sentiment scoring, if you have that ability in your contact center to track, right? So the better the customer service, the better the sentiment, right, from both agents and customers, the more performance pay they can get. And that right there is a massive, massive game changer when customer experience is involved. And I know there's a lot more that goes into it, but that's not what we're doing today. So by linking performance pay to customer satisfaction metrics, you can incentivize agents to deliver exceptional service, resulting in that increased customer loyalty and improved brand perception. Because at the end of the day, the contact center agents are the face and the voice of the company, right? So performance pay allows you to recognize and reward top performers appropriately. So you're not only acknowledging the hard work that they're doing, but it also inspires others to strive for similar achievements. Because if this person's making an extra X amount per week and this person isn't, and like you announce who won or who the top performers were and this is how much they made in performance pay, other people are going to rise up and hopefully try to topple that person and take their spot. So they're getting the performance pay. You know what I mean? So you want to have this as transparent as possible. Have a leaderboard, like in Call of Duty or World of Warcraft when the PvP, right? Have a leaderboard. This person got this many points. This person earned this much. This person did this, and have it all the way down. I mean, yeah. So you can, doing that, you can create a culture of healthy competition that promotes continuous improvement. All right. So performance pay is a must in contact centers, I believe. I believe it. So it's one of those things that can separate your contact center from others, and it can separate the high performers from the low performers, so you know what changes in training or what changes in staff you need to make, right? And don't be afraid to take things from other industries and other mediums to apply to your gamification, right? Have a battle royale, right? Have quote unquote PvP matches, stuff like that, right? You can align the goals of your agents with those of the company and the customers, and it creates a win-win-win situation for everybody, right? So, yeah. And by performance pay, I mean performance pay. I don't mean anything like, if you beat your metrics, you can have an extra 10-minute break, but you have to schedule that 24 hours in advance. And, yeah. No, don't do that. Don't do that, please. Because that cheapens it, right? Oh, boy, you get 15 extra minutes off the phone. Awesome. No. You know what talks? Money talks. And that's okay. In fact, yes, that is much better than a 15-minute break. When you can see your people succeeding and making more money than they've ever made before because of their performance, life is good. And that's what you should want. You shouldn't have any caps, right, on this. It should be as far as it can go. So work with your finance department, work with your leadership team, and get this done. Put that in, right? So, because if you don't, well, another contact center down the street will, and your good people, your high performers, will go there, So that's it. Now, if you're still here, and I know you are, go ahead and what are your thoughts on this? Either comment on LinkedIn or send me a message, right? Reach out and let me know what you think. And while you're there, you know, rate, review, subscribe, and share the show so we can make the show grow. And happy gaming.